Dear students, let us see some more previous year questions from moving charges and magnetism. All these questions have appeared in previous year JEE exams. Okay. An electron traveling with a speed is along the positive x-axis enters the region of a magnetic field where magnetic field is given as B is equal to minus B0 k cap. That is, it is in the z direction. For x greater than 0, it comes out with a speed v. Then we have to choose which of the options is correct. So this is our coordinate axis, x-axis, y-axis, and the magnetic field is given into the page. Okay, and electron is traveling with the speed u in the positive x direction. So if you see the options, he's talking about the what is happening to the velocity. So when a charge enters a magnetic field, it will experience a magnetic force which is given by F is equal to Q into V cross B. Because it is an electron, the charge is Q is equal to minus E. Okay, and here if you see, the electron is moving with a speed u in the positive x direction. So this V we can write as V I cap multiplied by the magnetic field direction is given minus B0 k cap, B into B0 into minus k cap. So EVB, this velocity also, yeah, so EVB0 will come out. There is a minus sign here, and you have I multiplied by minus k cap. See, I, it becomes I cross k. Okay, now I cross k, the value is J cap. Because there is a minus, it becomes, now I cross k is minus J, right? So because minus is already there outside, it becomes J cap. You remember this, here there is I, J and K. You move in this fashion. I cross J will be K, J cross K will be I, and K cross I will be J. So K cross I will be J. So I cross K will be minus J, but there is already a minus outside, so it becomes J cap. This minus is there anyway. Okay, so what does this J cap means? The J cap means that this electron which is moving inside will take a turn now. In which direction? In the y direction. Okay, but it is minus J cap, so it will take in the minus y direction. This can be written as EVB into minus J cap, right? So it will turn in towards the minus side like this. Will the velocity change? It is not accelerating, so the velocity will not change. So the velocity will remain same only. Option C, D ruled out. Only option A and B, and y less than 0, which is indicated by this minus J. Okay, so option B is correct. Let's move to the next one. A magnetic field B is equal to B0 J cap exists in the region 2a less than x less than 3a, where B0 is a positive constant. A positive point charge moving with a velocity v is equal to V0I, where V0 is a positive constant, enters the magnetic field at x is equal to a. The trajectory of the charge in this can be like, this question came in 2007. This is a trajectory based question. So 4 options are given, and we need to find out what is the trajectory of the moving charge. Now here there are 2 regions given. One is this region, 2a is less than x less than 3a. Okay, and another is x is equal to a. So let us see what happens in the region a is less than x less than 2a. So this is the figure given in the question. Okay, this is the figure given. You have three regions, 0 to A to 2A, and 2A to 3A, and 3 and beyond. Now if I take between A to 2A, what is happening? Let us see. Obviously there is a magnetic field, there will be a magnetic force. F is equal to Q into V cross B. So we have to see what is the velocity given here. Velocity is given as V0 I cap, and the B is indicated in the Y direction, so B0 into J cap. So this becomes Q V0 B0, I cross J becomes K cap. So what does this mean? It is the moving charge is experiencing a force in K direction, that is Z direction. K cap means unit vector in the Z direction, positive Z direction. Okay. Now if it is experiencing a force in positive Z direction, look here, what can we say about option B and D? Does it make any sense? It is making in the positive K direction, so these two can be ruled out. Okay. Now let us see for region 2A less than X less than 3A, what happens? In this region what happens? Let us see. Earlier we have seen this region, now we will see this region. So here also F is equal to Q V cross B, Q. Now you see, when it came up to the A region, it was experiencing a force, right? So it turned towards Z direction, isn't it? So the velocity direction will be V0 K cap. It won't be V0 I cap. So V0 K cap into, here how is the field? It is B0 minus J cap. B0 minus J cap. So K cross J is minus of K cross J is how much? See here, I J K. J cross K will give you I. So K cross J will give you minus I. Already a minus is there. It became I cap. Okay. So it is experiencing a force in the I cap direction. I cap direction means in the X direction. So option A makes sense now. Okay. So if you take the region 2A to 3A, what is it showing? 2A to 3A region, this option and this option can be ruled out. Only the one which is making some sense is option 1. Now, is it increasing and decreasing? It is not increasing and decreasing. It's increasing only. Okay. So option C can be ruled out. Only option A is correct. Okay. Yeah. So here we are talking about the final forces on the charges between 2A to 3A. So 2A to 3A we have seen that it is on the increasing mode, it is not on the decreasing mode, and that's why we have selected option A. Let's move to the third one. A current carrying loop is placed in a uniform magnetic field in 4 different orientations, 1, 2, 3, 4. Arrange them in the decreasing order of the potential energy. So there is a loop shown, and in each case they have shown the direction of the magnetic field. This n cap means the area vector direction. Okay. So we have to choose where the potential energy is maximum and where it is minimum. So potential energy U is equal to, it is the dot product of magnetic moment and the magnetic field with a minus sign. So U is equal to minus mp cos theta. So here the theta is the angle between M and B. And what is this magnetic moment? Current multiplied by the area. We have done some numericals on this. We have done some numericals on this concept, you know. So now if you see here in option 1, what is the angle between, what is theta? N cap is in this direction, your B vector is in this direction. One is in this direction, another is in this direction, so the angle is 180, right? If the angle is 180, you need to put here minus MB cos 180. Cos 180 is minus 1, minus into minus, it becomes positive. Here the value of u is positive, and what is the value? The value is MB, right? Case 2, theta is equal to 90 is given. In the case 2, why theta is equal to 90? The area is in this direction, the B is in this direction, one is in this direction, one is in this direction. It is 90, cos 90 will become 0, u value will become 0. Okay, so u value is 0. Let's move to the case 3. Case 3, if you see, the n cap is in this direction, the B is in this direction, that means it is in the fourth quadrant. Basically this angle is an acute angle. Any angle which is between 0 to 90 is an acute angle, and in the fourth quadrant the cosine value is positive. You can see here B vector in this direction, M vector in this direction. Whatever is the direction of n cap, that is the direction of your MB, that is the direction of your M, right? So in the fourth quadrant cos is positive. Overall you get a negative value of potential energy. Will it be equal to MB? No, it will be little less than that, because the angle is between 0 to 90. So at 0 it is 1, at 90 it is 0. So it is somewhere in between 1 to 0. So some factor multiplied by MB. So it won't be minus MB, but some minus 0.5 MB, minus 0.7 MB, like that. Some value it will be. Okay. Now the fourth case. In the fourth case, it is like this. Here the angle is in the second quadrant. Second quadrant cos is negative. The cosine value is negative. Already there is a minus in the equation. You see here it is minus MB cos theta. Cos value is negative. Minus into minus, it becomes positive. But is it equal to MB? No. Again it will be little less than MB. It can be 0.7 MB or something like that. Okay. Just for example I am taking it is 0.7 MB. Here I am writing at minus 0.7 MB. Okay. Here it is 0. So in case 1 it is MB. In case 4 it is 0.7 MB, let us say. And second case it is 0, and then it is minus 0.7 MB. Okay. So 1 is greater than 4. 4 is greater than 2. 2 is greater than 3. You have to choose which option is like that. It is the option 3. Let's move to the next one. A conducting loop carrying a current I is placed in a uniform magnetic field pointing into the plane of the paper. Pointing into the plane of the paper. That means like this. The loop will have a tendency to. The question has come in 2003. So the diagram is given. There is a magnetic field shown like this. There is a loop which is carrying current like this. Now if you apply the right hand thumb rule, see if it is an anti-clockwise direction, because of this current carrying loop, it will also have its own magnetic field. See, this is the external magnetic field. Okay. Because of current carrying loop, it will also behave like a magnet. It will have its own magnetic field. What will be the direction of that? The direction will be matching with this direction. Why? See, this is shown in the clockwise direction. Suppose you see the anti-clockwise, it is pointing towards me here, right? But this is clockwise, so it will be into the plane of the paper. So the magnetic field, because of the loop, will match with the direction of the B value here. Now here some 4 options are given here. We'll come to the options. So basically a current carrying loop will experience a magnetic force. It is ILB, right? I into dl cross B. Now here the B vector is like this. The dl vector, what will be the direction? Dl vector is the small elements, right? You draw the tangent, that will be the direction. So you can say that the dl vector is in this direction, the magnetic field is in this direction. So magnetic field in this direction means it is like this pen, it is like this, and you have a dl vector which is like this. Alright. So what will be the direction of force? It will be in this direction. How? You take this plane, and curl your fingers like this. Okay, angle is between L to B. I have just shown you, it is like this. So this is my L, this green pen is L and this red pen is B. So you have to curl your fingers like this. Where is my finger pointing? The finger is pointing in this direction. So if you see, you will have this kind of a thing, you know, DF will be acting like this all around. What is it trying to do? Is it not trying to expand the loop? Okay, and both magnetic fields, the external magnetic field and this magnetic field, both are in the same direction. So even it is adding to the effect. So the loop will try to expand. So the options given are contract, expand, move towards positive x-axis. Which option is correct? Move towards negative x-axis. C and D are meaningless. It is trying to expand. Now, remember this point that we will discuss this point in another question also. Let's move to the MCQ types. A magnetic needle is kept in a non-uniform magnetic field. Alright, it experiences 4 options are given. MCQ means more than one options are correct. Okay, sometimes only one option can be correct. So let us be a little careful. So here it is given that there is a non-uniform magnetic field. What is the meaning of non-uniform magnetic field? At different points you will have different magnetic field values. Okay? B1, B2, B3, B4, all these lines, they are indicating the magnetic field strength. So we have kept a compass in that. What will this compass do? The compass will try to rotate. First of all, whether it is a uniform magnetic field or a non-uniform magnetic field, it will always try to rotate. It is trying to rotate means it will have a torque. In a uniform magnetic field, the torque value, it will have a north polarity and a south polarity. The forces it will experience will be same. But here at NP means north polarity, north pole. Okay, what is the torque? It is M multiplied by B, but the value of B here is how much? B1. What is the magnetic force? It is the pole strength multiplied by B value there. It is B1. Similarly at SP, south pole, torque is equal to torque 2 is equal to M into B2. You can see here that tau 1 is not equal to tau 2, and here also force will be equal to pole strength at this point. The pole strength will be equal, but the magnetic field is not same, so the force is also not equal. Tau 1 not equal to tau 2 and F1 not equal to F2. But are they present? Yes, they are both present. So both force is present and both torque is present. So a force and a torque, they both are present. A force but not torque, this is wrong. A torque but not force, no, neither force nor torque. So option A is correct. Let's move to the next one. A particle of mass m and charge q moving with a velocity v enters region 2 normal to the boundary as shown in the figure. Region 2 has a uniform magnetic field B perpendicular to the plane of the paper. Perpendicular to the plane of the paper. Okay. The length of the region 2 is L. Okay. It's a very good question. We should practice this type of questions. Here actually choose the correct choices. 4 options are given. You have to choose the option which is correct. So here there are 3 regions. In region 2 only there is a constant magnetic field is there. Region 1 and region 2 doesn't have a, region 3 doesn't have a magnetic field. So a particle, a charge is trying to enter into the magnetic field from region 1 and it is traveling at a speed v. Now we have to find out what happens. See, when a charge enters a magnetic field, what will happen? Will it go in a straight line? No, it will try to rotate. This many times we have discussed. Okay, this field length has been given as L. So if you see here, this is region 1, 2 and 3 and these lines are the boundaries, and what will happen? Depending upon the speed, this will try to rotate. Okay, more speed, it will try, see, it will try to rotate in a circular path. There is no acceleration here, so it will only rotate in a circular path and it will come out. Okay, depending upon the v value. Now what is the maximum limit? See, if I take a particular case, this is the radius. Okay, what is the maximum bandwidth for the radius? It can be L. The moment it exceeds that, it will enter into 3. So here we have a situation where we have to find out the radius. So what is the radius? R is equal to mv by qb. So from here we can get what is R? What is the maximum value of R? It is L. So I can write L is equal to mv by qb. From here I will get V is equal to bql by m. Okay. Now let us say this V value is more than this value. Now this is the boundary, this is the maximum limit value. When V exceeds, what will happen? It will enter into region 3. Okay, it will enter into region 3 if V is more than this value. If V is equal to this value, it will come right up to here and take a turn. Alright, if V is less than or equal to bql by m, it will stay in the region 2 and then return back to region 1. Okay, so look at the options. The particle enters the region 3 only if the velocity is V is greater than QLB by m. This is what we have just discussed. V greater than BQL by m. Okay, so this option is correct. The particle enters region 3 only if V is less than. No, it is wrong. The path length of a particle in region 2 is maximum when velocity V is equal to QLB by m. What is path length maximum? That means it has to touch the boundary and come back. That is the maximum limit, and that is possible when these two are equal. Okay, so this option is also correct. Now let us come to the fourth option. Time spent in the region 2 is same for any velocity V as long as the particle returns to region 1. He is talking about time. So what is time? Time is equal to distance by speed. Okay, so distance by what is the distance it traveled. So if it is traveling in a circular path, the distance traveled will be, if it is taking a semicircular turn here, so it should be pi r, not 2 pi r. It will be distance traveled by speed, so pi r by v. Okay, so r by v, can I get this value from here? R by v is equal to m by qb. That's what we have written here. This 2 will not be there. Pi into m by qb. Why I am not writing 2? Because it is entering here and coming out like this, no? So we are taking this as a semicircular path. Okay, so T is equal to pi m by qb. In this equation, is there any r is there? Is it dependent upon r? It isn't dependent upon r, right? It's independent of r. Now what is it saying? The time spent in region 2 is same for any velocity as long as the any v is there in this equation. It is independent of v here. There is no v here in the equation, so the time period is not dependent on that. Is this option correct? As long as for any velocity v, because in the equation there is no v, so even this option is right. Okay, let's move to the next one. These are quality questions. Okay, let us see this question. Consider the motion, consider the motion of a positive point charge in a region where there are simultaneous uniform electric and magnetic field. E is equal to E0 j cap and B is equal to B0 j cap at time t is equal to 0. This charge has velocity v in the xy plane making an angle theta with the x-axis. Which of the following options are correct for time t is greater than 0? This question has come in 2012. Now, what is he saying in the question means, this is my x-axis and y-axis. Here he says that the electric field and the magnetic field both are in the same direction. Okay. Now whether it is possible or not, we are not going to get into that. It is given in the question. Why they are in the same direction? Because both are showing j cap. Okay. Now, what basically happens is, if a charged particle entering into this field, it's a combined field, you know. These dotted lines are showing the magnetic field and this continuous lines are showing the electric field, and both are parallel to each other. This is my x and this is my y. and there is a charged particle which enters this field. Now when it enters, it is entering into a field which is having a magnetic field. It will experience a magnetic force. It is also entering into a field which is an electric field. It will experience a electric force also, electrostatic force. Okay. Now if theta is equal to 0, what does it mean? It is moving in the x direction pure. If theta is equal to some other angle, alright, it is moving into the field. That means it will have an x component and y component. If theta is equal to 90, it is going in the direction of that E and B. That is the meaning of it. Now this magnetic force can be obtained by this QVB. Now here the velocity is constant, but when it comes to QE, which is an electrostatic force, it is an accelerated motion. In electrostatic chapter we have discussed that it is an accelerating force. Alright, the charged particle experiences a acceleration. Now how to interpret this statement? So suppose there was only magnetic field, this would have taken a circular path and come out. But here there is an electric field also which is accelerating it. So what will happen? It will take a helical path. And because it is accelerating, now this distance is pitch. This is the diameter of the helix, and loop to loop distance is pitch. What will happen? Because the particle is experiencing acceleration, the pitch keeps on increasing. Okay, very important point, remember that. So in a helical path, because acceleration is not equal to 0, the charged particle is experiencing acceleration, so it will move in a helical path. In which plane? In the YZ plane. Okay. If the velocity was constant, it would have rotated in a circular path. Now if you look at the options, option 1 says if theta is equal to 0, the charges move in a circular path in the XZ plane. No, it won't. First of all, it will not move in a circular path. Why? Because it's a combined field of electric field and magnetic field. The electric field is making it to accelerate, and because of acceleration, it will have a helical motion. See the second one. If theta is equal to 0, the charge undergoes helical motion with constant pitch. No, the pitch is increasing. Just now I told. The pitch is increasing. So option B is also not correct. Option C. If theta is equal to 10 degrees, the charges undergo helical motion with its pitch increasing. Yes, the pitch is increasing with time along the y-axis. Now why he has taken theta is equal to 10? Theta is equal to 10 means it will have a horizontal component of velocity and a vertical component of velocity. Vx is equal to v cos 10, vy is equal to v sin 10. Okay, so in this situation what will happen? It will experience a helical motion along the y direction. Okay, so that is what it is saying. The pitch is increasing and along the y direction. So this option is correct. Coming to the fourth option. If theta is equal to 90, the charge undergoes linear but accelerated motion along the y-axis. See, if theta is equal to 90, what will happen? The charge will move along the direction of magnetic field. Along the direction of magnetic field, there is no magnetic force. Alright? But along the direction of electric field, it will undergo acceleration. So it will be an acceleration and it will be a linear motion. So option D also is correct. So let us see the last one in this series. An electron and a proton are moving in straight parallel paths with same velocity. They enter a semi-infinite region of uniform magnetic field perpendicular to velocity. Which of the following options are true? It has come in 2011. It's a very good question. Now basically what it's saying is you have a semi-infinite magnetic field as shown in this diagram, and an electron and a proton, they are both traveling in straight parallel paths. They are both traveling in straight parallel paths and they are entering into this. If you remember in the previous question, I have given this concept, how it is experiencing the magnetic force. So this proton will try to rotate in this direction, but the electron will rotate in the opposite direction. because the charge is minus. Okay, in what radius it rotates and all that, it will be less more. Okay, so the proton entered at theta, and in one of my classes I told that the angle with which it enters is the angle with which it will leave also. Okay, so it entered at theta and it will leave at theta, and this angle will be 2 theta. Okay, here also it will enter at theta and leave at theta, and this angle will be 2 theta. Now if you observe, the proton entered and left, this is the path, and electron entered and left. This line and this line, they are both parallel. So they are both entered parallel and they both left parallel. Important point, note it. So they will never come out of the magnetic field region. If it is an infinite thing, maybe we can debate on that. It's a semi-infinite thing. That means with a limited dimension, definitely it will come out. So this option is wrong. They will come out traveling along the parallel paths. Just now we discussed. They are coming at the parallel paths. So this option is correct. They will come out at same time. They will come out at different times. Now we need to work out the time. See, depending upon the option what is given, that we have to calculate. Okay. So here I said that this angle is 2 theta. So let us, I have drawn the enlarged diagram of this. This angle is theta. Obviously it is taking a circular terminal. This line is a, now somewhere it will have its center. This line is the tangent. So the angle between this tangent and the radius will be 90. So what will be the third angle? This is 90, this is theta. Let us call this third angle as x. So x plus theta plus 90 is equal to 180. You get x is equal to 90 minus theta. So this angle is 90 minus theta. This angle is 90 minus theta. You call this as y. It's a triangle. Y plus x is equal to 180. When you solve, you get y is equal to 2 theta. Okay. Now why we are calculating this angle means, I want to calculate the time. Time is equal to distance by speed. So I need to find out what is the distance traveled. Distance traveled is this arc. Arc divided by speed. What is this arc? S is equal to arc theta. You have to put. Here theta is in radians. So what is the angle here? Okay, here the angle is 2 theta. So 2 theta into r value. R value, let us say some rp. At some radius rp divided by v. V is same in both the cases. Okay. So when you simplify all this, rp by v, we have already seen it is, what is r value? mv by qb. Right? R is equal to mv by qb. What is q here? Proton charge. It is E. Okay. So when you simplify, you get 2 theta into mp by ev. Similarly, time taken by the electron. So here the angle is 2 theta. So we have to consider this angle. It will be 2 pi minus 2 theta into re divided by v. When you do that,